listening to the Spicy Dividend.
What is up, everyone? It is March 26th, 3:30 p.m. in Pennsylvania when I'm recording this. Folks, nobody knows what the hell is going on. This is ridiculous at this point. The amount of uncertainty. You look up the definition of uncertainty in the Webster's Dictionary. This market and its graph will be showing there in the near future. Jobless claims, the highest in American history, 3.28 million. Pretty much double what they were expecting. Now, there's a lot of rumors that there was whispers down on the floor saying, we expect it to be a lot higher than the 1.64 that they advertised as expected. And there's a theory going out saying the 3.28 million is lower than what they thought, and that's why the market's skyrocketing today. Ladies and gentlemen, there is so much uncertainty in the market today. Nobody knows what's going to happen. If anyone ever says that something is priced in, they don't have a damn clue what is priced into this market. Just this past week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 9.3%. And most of that is coming in the past 3 days, okay? We were at intraday's lows on Mondays. And if you go from the lows, we're up like 17% in 3 days. This is absurd. So if the market's going up, why is volatility not really subsiding? Let's see if I can pull it up. I mean, we've been constantly in the 40s to 60s. It's not decreasing as much as you would expect it to. Why? Well, because volatility is alive and well. Why would the VIX go down if you're having constant 3 to 7% leaps every single day? There is so much uncertainty right now. In a normal market, this jobless claims would cause the market to tank 5 to 10%. Nobody knows what's going on. And again, it's almost like a regression to the mean here, because you have companies that have no business going up, something like a Cheesecake Factory that just says, we're not paying rent, and they're up like 2 to 3% today. Meanwhile, you have a company who's probably prospering during this whole thing, like a Walmart who's hiring, they're down today. It's a regression to mean. Nobody knows what the hell is going to happen with this market for the foreseeable future. GDP measurements next month when they come out are all over the map, anywhere from -5 to -30% now. And it's getting a little bit scary because there's a lot of optimism with all of this stuff going around globally. Okay, globally. There's a lot of economists that are predicting just a -6% drop in GDP. -6%? This thing's just hitting Europe now. How long are they going to be shut down for? And if you look at the death tolls on something like an Italy, like a Spain, they're much higher. Much, much higher. What's it going to do when it hits the other poor European countries? Or something like a Russia when it finally hits there? Yeah, there's some cases. Oh, by the way, Africa is just getting started. It's almost as if like this thing is a little bit seasonal and Africa is heading towards that winter month and they're starting to ramp up cases. You want to see something scary? Look at Spain's death tolls. I mean, how bad is India going to be? New Zealand just declared a state of emergency. This thing is global. Yet markets are skyrocketing today. Everything's rocketing. Nobody has any idea what is priced in. No business being up 5% today. No business. Now again, I'm recording this at 3:30. Could go down quite significantly. Yesterday it dropped quite a bit when I was done finishing recording here. But I mean, there's so much uncertainty. No one knows anything. And if they try to tell you, they're lying. Okay? This is unprecedented. You can make the argument it's just like any other financial crisis, but it is not. At least not that we've seen in our lifetime that has such a deep impact where the economy is literally shunned to zero. Anyone can make their guesses as to when we're going to open things up. But even when we do open things up, you know how many people are going to be gun shy to going outside? You know, you take something like a casino, right? Let's say they do open up the door. What's today? March 26th? Let's say April 26th. They open up the doors to the casino. How many people do you think are to be raring to go there? After all of this fear, all these unemployment numbers skyrocketing, people are saying anywhere from 10 to 20% we could see unemployment rates. And then you have all this germ virus crap. You're not going to want to be gun shy and just start all of a sudden just hanging around people. Now, maybe, because a lot of young Americans are stupid and they'll just be like, oh, finally I can go outside and hang out with each other. Then they'll just start their own parties and whatever. Yeah, they'll have that subset. But, the large majority of our big spenders are older or at least middle-aged. They're going to be a little bit gun shy. This thing's going to be so slow moving. And globally, it's only going to get worse. Look, I don't want to make this political or anything, but when you have universal health care, it just tends not to be as aggressive as you will with private health care. And, it's why you're having issues in like a Spain, why you're having such issues in like an Italy. Yeah, I know their population's older, but yeah, there's a lot of just unpreparedness. And when you are unprepared, how do you handle it? And, we'll see. Everything is so ridiculous at this point. Normally a day like today should be a day to rejoice, but it's just, I don't understand it. Nobody understands it. How can you tell me you understand it? I'm looking at it right now. S&P 500 right now up 1,180 points, 4.8%. The Dow Jones Industrial is up 4.3%, up 900 points. Give me a break. Why? What good news came out today? Worldwide, the cases just went up over 500,000. The death tolls are rising. The number of daily cases are rising. The United States now has the most active cases in the world. And if you look at the United States map, I don't know, are they just like not testing in the central United States? You're telling me this thing is only hitting like New Jersey, New York, California, and Washington? No, of course not. We have way more cases than we're reporting. We just don't test everyone. Many people just think it's a cold or whatever they had. You're not going to go in and get a test for everything. Plus, the tests are pretty much unreliable at this point. I have a personal anecdote, not me or anyone in my family, but someone that I follow on social media that took a test, said they were going to get results back in 3 days. It's been 5 days. Nothing has come back. And China is full of shit. You're going to tell me at like 80,000 cases, the number just magically just flatlined? That they're going to have like no new cases, but they're reporting no new cases, but they're just going to shut down the borders today and says no foreigners can come in. Really? That's not the sign of a good. Now, granted, we're probably going to close our borders for a long time too, not having people come in. But I mean, you look at China's numbers versus the United States numbers and the rate of exponential growth and everything. It's not like China is short in population, okay? You're telling me that they can... No, they're full of shit. Man, I'm fired up today. Today's episode will be quite short because there's not much to talk about. Everything's uncertain. There's so many numbers you can throw out there. How could you possibly justify some of these purchases? Now, a lot of purchases that I made on speculative stocks, something like a Penn, something like a Ford, I bought at super low prices. I mean, Penn's, even though Penn's down 10% today, they're trading at like $13. I bought it at $4.50 a tranche. I bought it at $9, single digits. And it was just a risky gamble. You can't be telling me that you want to buy something like a Cheesecake Factory right now, even though it's up today. Why would you want to buy that in this environment? Why? It was struggling before we had this downturn. Why would you want to buy it now? Literally has no revenue. Yeah, there's some places that do takeout, but the wise people aren't getting takeout from Cheesecake Factory in this situation. They're cooking themselves and they're staying indoors. Well, today was a fiery, short, spicy dividend, so you'll only see one ad, so that's nice. You only get the ad in the beginning, and if you're watching on YouTube, ad in the beginning and ad at the end. So hope you enjoyed it. Very short today. I'm very fired up. What is priced in and what's not priced in? Nobody knows. No one will ever know. We'll just continue to follow this crazy market. I guess Thursdays are going to be the short episodes for the spicy dividend. There's just not much to talk about today. I mean, you could try and make up all these stats and everything. All the news is negative. and the stock market's positive. This might be just a situation where the market is not correlating with the actual economic numbers, and it's quite scary. But that's episode, 33? 33 today. March 26, 2023, 40 p.m. right now as I'm ending it. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. See you guys for a wrap-up tomorrow.